Tyreek Hill, I know you want to fight me. You've been talking a lot, but I got a deal for you. If you hit your over on your receiving yards for every game this season on Better Picks, then you could be my next opponent. And I know that might be hard for you, but if you want to fight, that's the deal. And you people watching can turn your $10 into 10,000, 1,000 extra money all NFL season long on Better Picks. Tyreek, hit the over, and we're fighting.
Hey guys, what's good? Triple J Boxing. So we got Jake Paul calling out Tyreek Hill, Miami Dolphin receiver. Used to be on Kansas City Chiefs. Won a Super Bowl ring there. One of the fastest players in the league. Apparently could be the fastest. He runs like the 60-yard in like 4 or something. But yeah, like could he take on Jake Paul? Could he have a chance of beating Jake Paul? Of course not. He is a small guy. I mean, like, for a regular person, he's not small. But I mean, compared to Jake, he is small. He's 190 pounds, 5'10" about. Maybe even shorter than that. So he's not a huge guy. And obviously, when you're in the NFL, you're hitting a lot of weights, you're eating a lot to maintain your muscle mass. So he's probably even smaller than 190. I bet you if he wasn't training for the NFL, he'd maybe even be like 170. Who knows? Jake Paul is like 200 and something pounds, and that's when he's in fighting shape. Boxers, the training is totally different. So you actually lose weight when you do boxing training, whereas football, a lot of the exercises you're doing are to gain weight and strength and power. So yeah, it's not gonna, and Jake is putting it out there that he's gotta actually have the receiving yards. He has to beat his receiving yards on the betting sites every single time on his betting site Better, which obviously that's not gonna happen. He's going to have one off game where he doesn't get the over on all his receiving yards. But my question to Jake is, he says he wants to be the cruiserweight champion of the world one day. He says he wants to be the light heavyweight champion of the world one day, get one of the belts. He's continued to stay on this path of fighting non-boxers ever since he lost to Tommy Fury. He's regressed, and like I said, I think I like Jake because he takes it seriously. He's a good athlete, but I mean, like, if you're saying that you're setting a goal to get a world title one day, and then you're going about your career by fighting a Mike Tyson, by fighting UFC guys still, by fighting fighting a football player. You're going back to like the NBA player you fought like years ago. So you're actually regressing even more if you fight Tyreek Hill, which I'm not saying he will fight Tyreek Hill, but I'm saying if this is his mindset, I mean, he's not going to succeed at his goal of getting a title because he's only fought one real boxer in Tommy Fury and he's lost. So, I mean, I know he's still young, so he can still improve, but I mean, he's not that young, so he's really got to start progressing here. I think he's 27, so he's in his prime, but I mean, like, guys at that age are already in their world title fights, and if they're not, they're on the cusp of it. And for guys, like, I know some people can bring up the Eastern European fighters, they're in their 30s when they win a world title. Those guys have massive amateur background, whereas Jake doesn't. So, I mean, like, I'm not hating on Jake, I'm just saying, Jake, if you say you want to get a title one day, he's got to start fighting real boxers. And I mean, like, he doesn't have to fight, like, top guys as boxers. Like, I'm not saying, I'm not one of those people that are very harsh on Jake saying he's got to fight a top 20 guy, a top 10 guy. No, like, just go back to fighting guys like Tommy Fury, or even lesser than Tommy Fury. As long as they're actually boxers and he starts gaining experience, I think he'll be on the right path. But to me, it remains clear that it's more about the event and the money that it generates and the publicity. That's the more where his mindset is, not in winning a world title. That's what his actions say. Of course, his words say, oh, I want to be a world champion one day. But his actions are, I want to make the most money possible with every single fight. I want it to be a huge, massive event that everyone watches. That's his kind of mindset, in my opinion. And his actions speak louder than words. So, I mean, as for the TYREEK fight, Jake will knock him out. Like, it's no question if, ands, or buts. He'll knock him out. Like, it's not even a fight I want to see. But I know people will buy it and it'll make money, right? So it's like, because TYREEK's one of the most famous players in the league. Like I said, one of the fastest guys in the league, Super Bowl champion. A lot of people know him. But, I mean, he's got to, if he wants to actually take the boxing seriously on the world title stage, he's got to change up the way he's going about his career. But this is Triple J Boxing. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.